to my channel. My name's Amy if you're new here, and today I'm going to do kind of a little pile up of all my favourite things I've thrifted so far. If you're new to my channel, I love thrifting. I go charity shopping far too much, and I enjoy kind of looking around for goodies in terms of homeware, clothes, shoes, accessories, anything. I love to thrift, and I thrift a lot of the things in my life. Today I'm going to focus just on kind of actual physical charity shopping I've done rather than Facebook Marketplace or Depop. But if you'd like to see them, then let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to try and pop up on screen kind of prices of things. I'm going to have to hunt back to all my hauls. And if you'd like to see the big hauls, kind of every time I've brought something, these are probably all in a haul, then I'll leave the playlist link down below. But one of the first things is super basic, but it's just this gorgeous tray. It's quite like a lightweight tray. I wouldn't put anything super heavy on here, but I just love the detail work on this. I believe this wasn't more than £1 or £2, and you can just see the gorgeous detail in the tray. So I have this on my desk. I have some candles and just some jewelry on here, and it's the perfect little thing to sit on my tray, kind of keep everything piled together. And I just think this is so gorgeous, and when I saw this I knew I had to pick it up. I do kind of collect trays whenever I see them, whether it's baskets, trays, anything like that, anything wicker or storage. I just think it's super handy, and I'd much prefer buy this sort of thing second hand. I know this sort of thing on Urban Outfitters, Anthropology, them sort of websites would be quite a lot of money, so definitely worth picking up when you're in the charity shop. I just saw this one, I just instantly fell in love with it, and it's still to this day one of my favourite things I've ever picked up. Also, excuse if you can hear noise upstairs. My parents are sorting out a loft, so we found lots of old goodies in there, but they're still up there, so there might be a little bit of noise up there. So the next homeware item is this gorgeous vase. I'm going to try and do this video in sections as well. I forgot to mention at the start. But this vase I love. It's sort of a cream colour, which I like. It's super heavy, and I love kind of this kind of cut out oval design. I think it makes it a bit different, quite modern. I don't actually know. It says Rayware underneath, so I don't know if that's a modern brand or an old school brand, but I love this. I love how on trend it is. I saw this and instantly picked it up. I've just got some fake eucalyptus in there, and I just love this so much. And when I saw it, I knew I needed it. And it was one of those situations where I walked up to the high street and I was planning on walking home, and I was like, I can't walk home, it's too heavy. But I just love this so much. I love the colour, I love the design, I love how simple it is but still really effective, and I just think this is definitely a timeless piece that I will keep kind of forever. So I love this one a lot. Moving on to kind of a section that I don't shop in too much. I will always look. I will look in every section when I go to the charity shops, but I don't tend to have much luck with shoes. But these shoes were an exception, so I'm just going to show you one because it's easier. But these gorgeous kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily Chelsea boot, quite a chunky heeled ankle boot. They're super comfy. I believe they're originally from H&M. They're in a size 37, yeah, from H&M, and I just love these. As you can see by the base, these have barely been worn. And to be honest, by me, I'm not super good on heels, but these are kind of the acceptable face of a heel, and I do really like them. They're really comfortable and just gorgeous, and I think these really kind of grunge up an outfit. They also kind of add a bit dressier if you're wearing sort of jeans, and I just really like these a lot. And I believe these are only £6 or £7, which considering they are almost new, super good bargain there. So moving on to an accessory, this is definitely my favourite thrifted bag. I love this so much. It's gorgeous, it's in perfect condition. It's this lovely sort of brown coloured over the shoulder bag. It's just a gorgeous shape, a gorgeous look about it. I don't actually know what the brand is. I don't think I've ever actually looked. Let's see if it says inside, because it doesn't look... It feels quite good quality, and I'm hesitant. I don't think therefore it is Primark. I don't actually know what the brand is. I think this is actually a vintage bag, and to be fair, although it's quite small, I can fit everything I need in here. I'm actually going to show you what I've got in here. I've actually got a deodorant, I've got my purse, some tissues and some tablets and a nail file, and it all fits in here really well with the space for my phone and some makeup. And I just think this is a gorgeous bag. It's timeless, kind of goes with any outfit, and the fact that I can fit kind of all my day-to-day essentials in here is definitely a must for me with a handbag, and I just love this one a lot. I think it kind of makes an outfit look quite trendy. The neutral colouring means I can pair it with most of my clothes, and I just love this bag a lot, and it's definitely one of my favourites. So I've actually got a couple of clothing pieces. I couldn't kind of choose one overall clothing, and I buy so many charity shop clothes that this is kind of my current faves. I mean, that might change. And also these kind of things that I get a lot of this sort of vibe of things. So the first thing is this gorgeous kind of sweater vest crop top. It's kind of golfy is the vibe it gives me. I've actually got quite a few sweater vests from the charity shops. I know they were kind of on trend a couple of years ago, maybe not now, but I still really like them, and I've only recently got onto the trend with shopping in charity shops. This was no more than a couple of pounds. I just think this is gorgeous. I love the colouring. I love this paired with anything white. And I just think this is absolutely gorgeous, and it's definitely one of them pieces I definitely know I'll hang on to for a lot of time. It's super stretchy, which is great. One of my favourite things about charity shopping is that the sizes are quite varied. I don't feel insecure that I can't get into one size and I can fit into another, because you've got to remember all these clothes have been washed, they've been worn, they've been stretched. So I kind of like that. It means it's a bit more of a treasure hunt. It does mean you have to be really careful with your sizing, and obviously at the moment you can't try on, so just know your body, know what fits, kind of know how to look for clothes that do fit. But I just love this. I sort of test out the stretch for my clothes before I buy them, and this one did have a lot of stretch, and I just love this, and I think it's a sort of unique piece. I've actually had so many people ask me where I've got this from, and I've had to say it's from the charity shop, which is annoying, but it's just these pieces are not the sort of pieces you're seeing constantly, and normally the pieces that I get are kind of things that fast fashion brands are copying. I mean, that's not to say that I don't get fast fashion from the charity shops, because unfortunately there is a lot in there, but I just think this is gorgeous, and I really love this style of top. And as I said, I've got a lot of things kind of like this, but this is definitely my favourite one, so I thought I'd show you that as kind of my favourite kind of sweater vest kind of vibe. I don't know, my favourite jumpery top, so I love that one. Another thing I love to buy from the charity shops are wrap skirts. I just picked one. I've got quite a few. Wrap skirts are an amazing thing to buy at the charity shop, I say in every single charity shop haul, because obviously there's buttons on the inside and the outside. You can change where the button is to change how tight it is. You can put multiple buttons in, so depending on how bloated you're feeling that day, you can alter it yourself. So I love wrap skirts. This one's just from New Look, from one of the charity shops, and I just like kind of the look of it. It's got sort of frills on the bottom, but they always have wrap skirts in charity shops, and as I say, they're an amazing thing to look out for, to buy. I think if you're kind of just first starting to dabble into charity shopping and you're not quite sure on sizing, things like this or things that are stretchy are kind of my go-to things in the charity shops. You know they're going to fit, and you kind of see that a little bit better. Obviously with this sort of thing you can alter it, and remember you can alter any of your clothes at any time, so remember that as an option if you do fall in love with something and it's not your size. But yeah, I love wrap skirts. This, as I said, this is one of many wrap skirts I own from the charity shops, but I just thought this one was funky, so I thought I'd show you this one as kind of the coverall of wrap skirts, and definitely one of my favourite things to buy there. So I love that. I also love finding dresses. The dress I'm wearing is from the charity shops, and basically all the dresses I own are. This one is just a gorgeous kind of, I just love this dress so much. This is originally from H&M. I'm not sure how old it is, but it's this gorgeous kind of silky satin fabric lilac midi dress. I've got a picture, so I'll insert a picture somewhere of me in this, but I just love this. It's such a gorgeous dress. This one was on the mannequin in the shop window, which is definitely one of my other top tips, is shop in the windows. Look at the window displays before you go in, when you come out, however you want to do it, but definitely check out the window displays, because quite often they'll put their nicest piece in the windows to get you in the shop. So it's something that a lot of people, it's such a basic thing, but a lot of people, including myself, forget to do. This was on the mannequin, and also remember that the mannequins are normally quite small, so if the clothes look small and look like they're fitting the mannequin, they may have tied it at the back. This dress was kind of gathered up at the back and pulled tight, so obviously fit the mannequin, but obviously therefore it looked quite small. So that might have put people off that are my size, because this is a size 14, I believe. So a lot of people would have been put off by it, thinking it's not their size, when in reality on the mannequins they might have just cinched it in. Obviously that's not always going to be the case. Some things are just going to be the size that's not yours, but definitely check out the window displays, and don't be afraid to ask people to get it off. You can't go and start undressing the window displays, and even if there's bric-a-brac and things kind of you can get hold of from the window displays, ask first, and they'll normally come and get it, just because they don't want you kind of tripping over. But yeah, I love this dress so much, and I think it's just kind of a testament to all the gorgeous dresses you can get. I think a lot of people think charity shopping is just old people clothes, and it's definitely not. If you think, a lot of you guys will donate your clothes to charity when you're done with them, so obviously that means, you know, one man's trash is another one's treasure, and this is definitely one of them cases. I love this dress so much. It feels like it's been barely worn, and you've got to remember as well, a lot of people will buy stuff and not fit, and they'll just donate it to charity. So if you are the sort of person that doesn't really feel comfortable buying second-hand clothes that have been worn, then definitely check in the charity shops. They quite often do sections that are new with tags, or just root through and see, because quite often I find a lot of things new with tags, so you can kind of tell then. But just make sure you're checking out the items and you'll be fine. But I just love this dress. I think it's gorgeous, and I've got a lot of evening dresses as well from the charity shops that I love. So it's not just kind of everyday clothes, you can get more dressier items in there, and this is definitely one of them occasions. The final item is coats. Coats are an amazing thing to buy second hand. I find there's so many gorgeous coats. It is something you have to root through, and obviously you're not going to find one every time, but I found some gorgeous pieces. So my favourite of them pieces is this gorgeous leather jacket. It's real leather, which I wouldn't buy new, but I'm okay to buy second hand. It's a size 12, which means it's a little bit snug on me, but I make it work. This coat is gorgeous. It's really heavy, really good quality. It's a sort of dark chocolatey colour, which means I can kind of get away with it being black or brown, which is really handy. And this was really cheap for a real leather coat, and I just love it. It's so gorgeous. It feels really soft. It's really well made, and it's just a gorgeous coat. I love to wear this on top of a plain black outfit. I feel like it really dresses up anything really I put it with, and I just think this is kind of one of them vintagey finds that you wouldn't obviously find new. I find a lot of the fast fashion brands are copying sort of old school trends, like oversized leather jackets. I see at least 2 or 3 every time I go, and all in different kind of shades and sort of sizes, but definitely if you're the sort of person that's going on Pretty Little Thing and buying sort of vintage looking jumpers or jackets or oversized items, go in the charity shops, look in the men's sections, and you'll find some original things rather than kind of the remakes of them. They're normally a lot cheaper. I mean, this jacket, I can't remember how much it was. I believe it was about £12, maybe even a bit cheaper. And I'm not being funny, if you brought this sort of coat online now, you're talking £70-80 for a really good quality coat like this, and it's gorgeous. A lot of people worry about things smelling. Obviously you smell it in the shop. If it smells really bad, you don't think you're gonna get the smell out, don't buy it. Coats obviously a bit more awkward to clean. If you spray it, I've got a spray disinfectant when I spray on my clothes, and then just Febreze it, air it out, hang it on the line. Super easy to aerate your clothes, even if they are coats and like awkward items like this. Super easy. This one I remember had a bit of like a charity shop smell. Just spray it down and you're fine, you're good to go. And I just love this so much, and yeah, definitely one of my favourite things I've brought in the charity shops. So I'm sure there's loads of pieces I've missed out. I love charity shopping and go all the time, so basically all the things I own in charity shop purchases, and I love them all. So if you haven't checked out the charity shops in your area, I definitely recommend going. You can get some gorgeous pieces, and if you ever want any tips, any questions, just leave them down below or DM me on Instagram and I'll be sure to get back to you. So let me know in the comments what was your favourite item. I'd be intrigued to know. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.